Once upon a time, there was a nobleman who had a daughter called Isabella. The nobleman was very proud of Isabella, and he taught her all the arts he loved. Isabella could ride a horse like an Amazon, fence like a warrior, and swim like a mermaid. She was also sweet and graceful in her manners, and her heart moved with compassion in the face of anyone's pain, whether that of a human or a beast. When Isabella had grown up, she longed to make it on her own in the world. She told her father, "Father, you have taught me so much by which I can make a living for myself in the world. I really would like to see for myself how good I am and what I can accomplish."
Well, that is what a boy tells a father at this age. But no boy is any better than a girl, and no girl is much better than a boy. It is all about what one's heart desires and how capable one is. I know my daughter is capable. Go, my darling. Go and fulfill your dreams. And do take a very good care of yourself.
Oh, thank you, Father. I assure you that I will make you proud. So Isabella set out into the world. There was a fountain in the middle of the town where people who needed employees to work for them and those looking for jobs would meet. Isabella went to that fountain and saw a few men already there. They were all looking for work.
What is a lady doing here looking for a job?
Who says women cannot do jobs?
Then do your jobs. Cook and clean at home.
Isabella said nothing more but remained standing stoically at the fountain. After a little while, a tall, powerful man came riding on a huge horse. Another horse trotted along. Seeing him there, most of the young men at the fountain turned around and bade to leave the fountain. Isabella was puzzled. She asked the man standing next to her, "Why are all of you leaving?"
Because he is an enchanter who lives in a castle beyond the moor. It is full of spirits and ghouls. Who will go to live in such a desolate, dangerous place?
But the enchanter looks kind and noble. Of course he would know how to protect his employees from the spirits and the ghouls.
Do none among you have a strong heart and stoic nerves, that you run away like cowards? Won't any of you come and work for me, even for a year?
I shall come and work with you, sire.
Very well then. This is your ride.
Isabella and the enchanter rode a long time and reached a desolate, dead moor. The entire landscape was gray, rocky, and eerie.
Don't worry, Isabella. None of these spirits or ghouls can harm you, for you are constantly under my protection. But none of my enchantments can help if you let fear enter your heart.
Isabella made up her mind that she would not let herself become afraid, and she put all her energy into doing her job with the enchanter. She proved to be able, dedicated, intelligent, and efficient. So pleased was the enchanter with Isabella's work that he begged her to stay another year, and then another. Finally, Isabella really wanted to get out of the moor and see the green, fresh world once again.
Stay, please, just another year. I have never found an assistant as able and as efficient as you.
Sire, I am afraid that if I stay any longer, I shall not be able to remain as efficient as I am now. I long to see the outside world again. You have been such a wonderful, kind master to me. Thank you so much for that. but I shall be doing a disservice to you if I stay longer, for my heart won't be in it. I am so sorry.
I am impressed with your straightforwardness and honesty. Very well, leave if you wish. But you have served me so well that I wish to reward you. Take this. The bird pendant here. It will come alive and titter when you run into any hidden danger. And this key shall open any door in the world. This necklace will protect you from any evil enchantments. And whenever in life you need my help, simply call out to me and I shall reach you in a trice.
So Isabella spent some time with her father and set out in search of work yet again, for her heart still longed adventure. She wanted to be employed in the army of the king and queen of the 12 Towers. The general was impressed with her fencing skills.
You are exceptionally good, Isabella, but we cannot employ a girl in the army.
That's not fair, General.
Well, that is the rule. I cannot break it, though I too am trying to persuade the king and the queen to change it. I tell you what, I can employ you if you decide to look and behave like a man.
Why?
Maybe if you prove your worth and the prince is impressed with you, I shall be able to persuade them to allow women in the army. This is the only way. Think about it.
In the beginning, Isabella hated the idea of dressing up like a boy just to get into the army. But then when she thought about it, she became excited by the kind of adventure it would be. So she cut her hair short, dressed up like a soldier, and joined the army. Several weeks later, the prince of the land returned home after defeating not one, but 3 evil ogres. He clearly was the bravest, the noblest prince there ever was. The kingdom was delighted to have him back.
Oh, my son, you have made us so proud.
You must be exhausted with your travels, honey. You surely deserve a vacation. Why don't you visit our friends, the royal family of the Valley of Rivers? Theirs is the most beautiful country in the world.
That is a wonderful idea, Mother. Thank you.
The best fencers and soldiers were asked to accompany the prince for the vacation. Of course, Isabella, now called Captain Florian, was asked to be in the entourage. It was a long journey that would take a few weeks. During this time, Isabella found herself falling in love with the prince, for he was a noble, kind, and wise person. The prince did not know her as Isabella, but he started liking and trusting Captain Florian, often engaging him in fencing or chess and going for walks with him when the entourage set up camp to rest on the journey.
Captain Florian, are you married?
No, Your Highness.
What kind of a woman would you like to marry?
What kind of a wife would you like?
Someone who is brave, who is adventurous, someone who can be a warrior when needed, and a mother and friend to the people of her kingdom when required.
At that moment, Isabella wanted to tell the prince how much she loved him, but stopped herself, for she was Captain Florian.
Are you all right?
I am sorry, Your Highness, excuse me. The next morning, as the entourage was on its way, the prince suddenly saw a beautiful golden lotus shimmering in the sunlight.
What a unique, beautiful flower!
As the entourage stopped, the bird in Isabella's necklace came alive. And she at once knew that there was some danger hidden in the flower. She just got off her horse and plucked and crushed the flower just as the prince was about to touch it. I am sorry, Your Highness, but lotuses are never golden. This flower could have been dangerous.
Yes, perhaps you are right.
As they rode on, they saw a beautiful, enchanting garden. Soft breeze brought beautiful fragrances of a million kinds from the flowers within. The fountain seemed so inviting, everyone wanted to stop and go into the garden. But the bird in Isabella's necklace came alive again and twittered. "We should not go in there! It could be dangerous!"
Now you are being paranoid. This is such a divine garden. What could go wrong in here? Let us all ride in.
The prince rode on, and everybody was pleased. But as soon as the last person of the entourage entered the garden, all but Isabella and the prince were turned to stones.
What just happened?
"I told you this could be..." Before she could finish what she was saying, the water from the fountain arose, wrapped itself around the prince, and carried him off into a huge tower of 20 floors right in the middle of the garden. This garden belonged to a witch who wanted to trap the brave prince for a huge sacrifice she had planned to become the most powerful sorceress in the world. She wondered how Isabella had not turned to stone. She asked her green fire, and the green fire told her,
My evil lady, she is protected by that necklace around her neck. The enchantments on the necklace are so powerful that you will never be able to harm her.
Well, that does not matter at all. She will still never be able to help that prince.
Each floor was blocked by a door with a massive lock. So sure was the witch that nobody would be able to open the 20 locks that she had not bothered to keep a watchman there. But while she was busy making preparations for the sacrifice, Isabella simply removed the key from her necklace, and within no time she was able to open all the doors and get to the prince.
Captain Florian, you found me. I am sorry. I should have heeded your advice.
There is no time to waste. Let us get away from here. They both ran out of the castle, but the witch soon found out and chased them from her dragon car that flew menacingly over the running prince and Isabella.
Wait, oh prince, or else I shall turn you into a hare right away!
Isabella was worried for the prince, so she removed her necklace and put it around the prince's neck to protect him. The witch's spell touched Isabella instead and turned her into a hare.
Captain!
There was nothing Isabella could do until suddenly she remembered the enchanter's promise and called out to him for help. At once the enchanter appeared and turned the witch into a hare. He turned Isabella back to Captain Florian and later even restored all from the prince's entourage who the witch had turned to stone.
Thank you, kind sir. You saved our lives.
Do not thank me. Thank her, dear prince.
Her?
The enchanter tapped his wand on Isabella, and at once she became her own self with her long hair, her normal outfit.
Isn't she brave?
She is, and she risked her life for me.
And that is not only because she is a brave soldier. She did it also for that feeling called love. Happy journey!
And so it was a happy journey. In that vacation, the prince too fell in love with Isabella. Both got married and lived happily ever after. And the king and the queen were finally convinced to allow women in their army. And Isabella always helped and trained the people of her kingdom.